Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ryan. Whether you're riding to work, cleaning your house, or just relaxing, welcome back to Speak Up. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think many learners overlook: how small, simple steps can actually lead to big wins in your English journey.
Hi, friends. I'm Priya. Thanks for joining us today. We often hear people say, I want to speak English fluently. But sometimes that goal feels so far away. What we forget is that fluency doesn't happen overnight. It grows from small, daily actions.
Exactly, Priya. And I think a lot of people feel stuck because they think they have to do everything at once. Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, all in 1 week. But that just leads to burnout and frustration.
You're so right. Today's episode is all about breaking that pressure. We'll show you how doing just a little bit each day can build your confidence and help you improve naturally. Trust us, it really works.
We're so glad you're here, whether it's your first time tuning in or you've been with us for a while, and I just want to say, you're doing something great for yourself by being here today. This podcast is all about making English easier and more natural for everyday people. People like you and me who don't have hours and hours to study, but still want to improve.
That's right, Ryan. And we know life gets busy. Maybe you've got a full-time job, you're taking care of family, or juggling school and other responsibilities. That's why we created Speak Up. It's a space where English learning fits into your real life. No pressure, no big textbooks, just real conversations and easy steps that work for normal people like us.
Exactly, Priya. And today, we're going to talk about something I think most of us need to hear: the power of small steps in English learning. A lot of people think they have to study for hours to get better, but the truth is, small daily actions are what really build fluency over time. That's what we're unpacking today.
Yes, and don't worry, this isn't going to be a boring lecture. We'll share tips, examples, and ideas you can actually use, even if you only got 10 or 15 minutes a day. You don't need perfect grammar or a fancy accent to get started. What matters is taking that first step, and then the next one.
And just so you know, Speak Up is for everyone. Whether you're a student, a stay-at-home parent, someone working long hours, or just someone who's always dreamed of speaking English more confidently, you belong here. We're building your skills together, step by step.
So get comfortable, grab a cup of tea, or take us with you on your walk. And let's make your English journey a little more fun, a little more focused, and a whole lot more doable. You're not alone in this. We're learning together. Now that we've set the stage...
All right, let's dive in. So many people start learning English with this huge idea like, I'm going to speak fluently in 1 month. And honestly, it sounds exciting at first, but what happens? They try to memorize 200 words in a day, watch advanced grammar videos, and practice for hours. And by day 3, they're exhausted. That's when motivation drops and people give up. Not because they can't learn, but because they try to do too much too fast.
Yes, Ryan, I've seen that so many times. A friend of mine said, I'm going to learn all English tenses this week. I said, wait, all of them? She started strong, but by the second day, she was already frustrated. English started to feel like a mountain she couldn't climb. And that's what big, unrealistic goals do. They make learning feel impossible. They crush your energy instead of building it.
Exactly. And here's the thing. English isn't something you conquer in a week. It's more like a journey. A few steps every day. That's where the real progress happens. When you take small, manageable actions like learning 3 new words a day or practicing 1 sentence, you start to feel good. You're not overwhelmed, and your brain actually remembers things better.
Right, and those small steps build something even more important than grammar or vocabulary. They build confidence. Every time you speak a little English or understand a line from a show, you're proving to yourself, I can do this. And the more you do that, the more it becomes a part of your everyday life. It's not about pressure, it's about progress.
And the best part, those little efforts add up. You don't always notice it right away, but after a month or 2 of small steps, you suddenly realize you're speaking more easily, you're understanding faster. That's the power of small steps. They might feel small today, but they create something big over time.
So if you're listening right now and thinking, I'm not doing enough, just stop. You are doing enough if you're consistent. Don't chase perfection. Just show up a little bit each day. That's how real fluency begins.
Let me tell you about someone I met through our podcast community. Her name is Sarah. She's a full-time nurse, super busy, and barely had time for anything. But you know what she did? Just 5 new English words a day. That's it. She wrote them down, made 1 sentence with each word, and reviewed them before bed. After 3 months, that's over 450 words. And now, she's speaking with her patients in English, confidently. No language school, no long hours, just 5 words a day.
That's amazing, Ryan. And I know someone kind of like that too. My cousin, Amit. He started watching short English clips every evening while cooking dinner, just 10 minutes. Sometimes a scene from a movie, sometimes a short podcast like this one. He didn't understand everything at first, but he didn't stop. 6 months later, he's picking up new phrases without even trying. His listening skills are so much sharper now.
Now compare that with my friend Jason. He was super excited to learn English and said, I'm going to study 5 hours every day this week. He watched grammar tutorials, read articles, even tried reading Shakespeare. But guess what? After 3 days, he burned out. He said this is too hard and gave up for a month. That's what happens when we push too hard in the beginning. It's not sustainable.
Exactly. It's like going to the gym and lifting the heaviest weight on day 1. You just hurt yourself. But small habits, they're like building muscles slowly. 10 minutes of listening here, 1 sentence of speaking there. It's not just practice, it's progress. And it sticks because it becomes part of your routine.
And these real examples prove it. You don't need big chunks of time or complicated plans. You just need to show up every day, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. That's what makes the difference. It's not about studying harder. It's about studying smarter.
So don't feel bad if you're not doing hours of study every day. If you're listening to this podcast, writing down new words, or practicing even a little, it counts. These small steps really do lead to something big. You just have to trust the process.
Let's talk about something that's super effective, totally free, and honestly, kind of fun. Daily speaking practice. And no, I don't mean giving a speech or talking to native speakers right away. I mean small, simple things like describing your day in English. You wake up and say, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm going to work. It might feel silly at first, but it's real practice, and your brain starts connecting English with everyday life.
Exactly. And one of my favorite tips, talk to yourself in the mirror. It's a great way to build confidence without any pressure. Just stand there and say a few lines, like how your day was or what you plan to do. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting comfortable hearing yourself speak English. The more you do it, the less nervous you feel when speaking with others.
That's a good one. And here's another simple practice, voice notes. Just record yourself on your phone, maybe talking about your favorite movie or something funny that happened today. Then play it back. You'll hear how you sound, notice small mistakes, and start correcting yourself naturally. It's like having your own personal English coach in your pocket.
And here's the best part. You don't need hours. Just 1 sentence a day is enough to start. 1 sentence leads to 2, then 5, and before you know it, you're speaking in full paragraphs. It's all about consistency, not perfection. So even if it's a short line like, I had rice for lunch, say it out loud and own it.
Right. It's not about sounding like a native speaker right away. It's about using your voice. When you speak every day, even just a little, you build muscle memory. Your mouth, your brain, your confidence. It all starts working together. And soon, speaking English feels less like a task and more like a natural habit.
So start small. Say good morning in English. Describe your breakfast. Record your thoughts at night. Keep it simple. Keep it daily. That's how you grow, and it works better than any textbook out there. Just speak every single day.
Let's move into listening now, because understanding spoken English is one of the biggest challenges for learners. But here's the thing,
You don't need to watch a full movie or listen to long podcasts every day. Start small. Just 5 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Find a short clip, maybe from a podcast like this one, and really focus on how the words sound, not just what they mean.
Exactly. I always tell people, repeat, don't rush. Let's say you watch a short English video on YouTube. Don't just move to the next one. Pause. Play that clip again. Try repeating a sentence out loud. Pay attention to how the speaker says certain words. Are they connecting words? Are they dropping sounds? That's how you start training your ear to real, everyday English, not just textbook English.
And it doesn't have to be boring. You can watch scenes from your favorite English movies or shows. Pick one scene, just a minute or two, and watch it 3 times. The first time, just listen. The second time, read the subtitles. And the third time, repeat what the actors say. It's fun, and you'll start catching little details you missed before, like tone, rhythm, and real-life expressions.
There are also so many free resources out there. Try English learning channels on YouTube or listen to audiobooks on free apps. Even YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels in English can help if you use them the right way. Watch, pause, repeat, speak. A 60-second clip might be short, but if you really listen, it can teach you more than an hour of passive watching.
And let's not forget, your ears need practice too. When you listen to natural English regularly, your brain starts picking up patterns. You'll begin to understand fast speech, slang, and connected sounds. You might not even notice it at first, but one day you'll be like, wait, I understood that whole conversation.
Yes, listening daily, even just a little, improves both your comprehension and your pronunciation. You'll hear how words are really spoken, not just how they're written. So if you're making dinner, commuting, or just relaxing, put on a short English clip. No pressure, no long lessons. Just 5 minutes a day. That's all it takes to start hearing the difference.
Let's talk about something super important: vocabulary. You might think you need to memorize thousands of words to speak good English, but that's not true. If you know around 1,000 commonly used words, you can understand up to 80% of daily conversations. That's huge. And the best part? You don't have to learn them all at once. Just focus on 3 to 5 new words a day. That's it.
Yes, just 3 to 5. And it works best when you use those words in real life. Don't just memorize them, use them. Write one sentence with each new word. Say it out loud. Add it to a voice note. For example, if your new word is remind, make a sentence like, please remind me to call my sister. The more you use it, the more your brain remembers it.
One thing I recommend is using flashcards. You can write the word on one side and the meaning or a sentence on the other. Or use a flashcard app. They make it easy. And here's a fun idea. Set a daily word challenge for yourself. Choose a few words in the morning and try to use them during the day, in your journal, in a text, or even just talking to yourself.
That's a great way to make learning active, not passive. And if you have a small notebook or app where you track your daily words, you'll be surprised how fast it grows. After just 1 month of learning 3 words a day, that's around 90 new words. And not just any words, words you actually use. That's what builds natural vocabulary, not just memorizing a long list before a test.
And remember, these words aren't just random. The most common words in English are things we say every day. Eat, go, want, need, think. You don't need fancy words to sound fluent. You need the right ones. That's why small steps matter here too. A few useful words each day go a long, long way.
So give it 5 minutes. Pick your words, say them out loud, use them in a sentence, and write them down. That's it. It doesn't take an hour, just a little focus and a daily habit. You'll be amazed at how much more confident you feel when your word bank grows, even just a little bit at a time.
Let's be honest, grammar scares a lot of people. When learners hear tenses, modals, or conditionals, they freeze. But here's the thing, you don't have to master every grammar rule in a week. In fact, trying to learn too many rules at once just makes it harder to remember anything. Focus on just one grammar concept at a time. Keep it simple.
I totally agree. One of the best ways to build grammar naturally is to choose one rule for the day or even for the whole week. Like maybe focus on just the present simple tense. I eat, she goes, they work. Use it again and again until it feels natural. Don't rush to the next topic. Let your brain absorb it.
Exactly. Or take articles, a and the. They're small, but they matter. Instead of watching a long video that covers all grammar rules, just study that one concept. Try saying things like, I saw a cat. She bought an umbrella. He opened the door. Then use that structure in your daily speaking or journaling. It's small, but powerful.
And it really works. When you use a rule in your own sentence, it sticks in your mind better than reading about it in a textbook. Plus, you start building confidence. You're not thinking, oh no, is this correct? You just know because you've practiced it again and again in context.
The truth is, grammar isn't about memorizing. It's about using, and you don't have to be perfect. The goal is to understand how each rule fits into real conversation. So instead of trying to learn all 12 tenses, just ask yourself, what's one grammar thing I can focus on today? One rule a day is more powerful than 10 you forget tomorrow.
So next time you feel overwhelmed by grammar, just pause. Pick one small piece. Practice it out loud, write it in a sentence, or try it in your next conversation. That's how grammar becomes part of your speaking, not just something in a book. One rule at a time is the smart way to go.
Finally, let's talk about something that really ties everything together. Building a daily English habit, even if your schedule is packed. A lot of people think they need hours to make progress, but that's just not true. All you need is 10 to 15 minutes a day. Try a routine like this. In the morning, learn 3 new words. During lunch, listen to a short podcast. And before bed, speak 1 or 2 sentences out loud, maybe about your day. That's it.
Yes, and one powerful trick that helps? Habit stacking. That means you connect English practice with something you already do. For example, after brushing your teeth, say a sentence in English. While making tea, listen to a short English video. On your commute, put on a podcast or an audiobook. These little habits fit right into your daily life. You don't need extra time, just a bit of planning.
And to stay on track, try using something simple to track your progress. You could use a notebook to write what you did each day, or a checklist. Did I learn a word? Did I listen? Did I speak? Apps like Duolingo or Anki also help you stay consistent. The point isn't to be perfect every day, it's just to show up every day, even if it's for 5 minutes.
That's the secret. Consistency. When you practice a little each day, it becomes a habit. You don't have to think about it, you just do it. And once it becomes part of your routine, your English will start to grow without you even realizing it. You'll start understanding more, speaking more, and feeling more confident without the stress of long study sessions.
So remember, small steps plus daily habits equal big progress. You don't need a perfect plan, you just need to keep moving forward, one small piece at a time. That's how fluency is built, through simple, steady actions that fit into your real life.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for spending time with us, whether you listened on your walk, at work, or while doing chores. We're glad you made this time for yourself. You're not just learning English, you're building a new skill, a new habit, and a new level of confidence.
We hope today's episode reminded you that you can learn English even if you're busy. Keep taking small steps, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep showing up. This is Speak Up, and we'll be back soon with more easy, powerful ways to improve your English.
Until next time, take care, keep speaking, and remember, it's your journey, and every small step matters. Bye for now.